iSpeedToLead, iSpeedToLead, hey, iSpeedToLead, hey, you need to close inbounds with iSpeedToLead.
So you spent 2,500 and you got 100K.
I'm doing that monthly now, and I'm consistently able to at least bring 30 to 70,000 every month just from Coupon Club.
Is iSpeedToLead so far is the best ROI?
It's like a whole different ball game. It's not even close. It's not even close.
Hello, everybody. This is Yuri Seiko, the head of sales with iSpeedToLead, and that's another cool testimonial video and the hell of the story from Andersen, who is closing our deals consistently, who is doing a lot of things, and we bring him in to bring some advice to new guys, share his experience, and yeah, tell how cool iSpeedToLead is. So welcome, man. Nice to see you finally.
Nice to see you. Nice to meet you.
So what's your story? Like, how did you start in wholesaling and real estate? Like, how did you get to that? Like, so
yeah, so right now I'm 23. I grew up in a horrible household, drug infested, didn't have much money growing up, didn't finish high school, dropped out at like 11th grade. And I basically went on and tackled life and made a bunch of mistakes. Coming to when I hit 2021, I was, looking at videos on YouTube and TikTok, seeing everybody closing deals and showing how easy it is. So I thought in my head, I'm in a bad situation. At the time, I actually had lost it all and had court battles with a girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, ended up being homeless for 2 weeks. So I basically was at a park every single day in my car after work, just listening to wholesaling videos, Jerry Norton, all the big people that are doing it today. And after I watched enough, I think 6 months later, I went to my mom's house and was like, you're in a bad situation. I'm in a bad situation. Let's figure something out. I got this wholesaling thing, told her some details about it, told her how we can get rich quick and escape the 9-to-5, and ended up studying a lot more. And then 6 to 8 months later, I ended up actually getting my first deal after sitting on my couch and texting 400 or 500 Zillow for sale by owners every single day, hitting them below 60%, just trying to find a low-hanging fruit. And I ended up finding one, and actually it was in Modesto, California, and it was a lady in a bad situation. I didn't know much at this time. Like, I was literally 6 months in, and I just knew the concept and knew I had to get it super low. Luckily, I ended up getting it at the right price, found a buyer the next day. He wanted the deal. He viewed the property. A week later, I got a check for $20,000, and I was like, wow, like, this is what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life. So once I showed my mom that money, she was like, oh, like, okay, I'm done with everything. Let's just do what you're doing. So 3, 4, 5 months later, like I said, I had not really learned the business enough, so I couldn't get my next deal. Then coming a whole like year and a half, I think it was 2022, end of 2022, actually, I had finally got another deal. This is after mistakes, cold calling, hiring a team without having processes. So the 20,000 easily went away after a few months. I was having to go back to work almost. And at that point, I was just like, I have to go, lock in and study and learn this game more and get better, get more confident. So I had ended up going to the gym a lot more, getting better habits in place, cold called a lot more instead of hiring people because I didn't even know how to do it myself. So once I got my hands on a few more leads, I started calling those leads and following up with those leads. And I ended up landing another deal. And it was $50,000 this time, an even bigger spread. And once I had that, I was like, I can't mess this up. Like, this has to be the one. So I had the skills now and I knew how to close. So I instantly hired a bunch of cold callers. They were generating me around 1 to 2 deals every single month. I was doing well. I think coming into 2023, the whole 2022 year, I had ended up making around like almost 120,000. And then beginning of 2023 is when I actually found, inbound. And I was like, what the heck? This is, you could pay for leads and they're already motivated. You don't have to warm them up, keep calling them over and over and over. So I was looking around at the different providers and I seen iSpeedToLead, iSpeedToLead. Hey, iSpeedToLead. Hey, you need to close inbounds with iSpeedToLead. So I instantly, first off, I signed up for the coupon club and started getting like the cheaper leads, just working the leads. And I actually had doubled from my cold calling. I actually fired a lot of my cold callers. I think I had 7 and I went down to 2, and just strictly kept that one to 2 deals a month from the cold callers. And then iSpeedToLead, I was investing basically everything from those couple deals. And then I went from averaging 2 deals to averaging 7 deals like a month, every single month. And I was easily bringing in 50. I almost hit 100K one of the months. And then coming into 2024 is when I upped that budget even more. I think I had maybe around 200 grand, like taxes and everything hit me. So I made a lot more, but you know how that goes. So coming into 2023, I had my KPIs down to point. I had my managers. I'd hired some more cold callers, and then I was able to get more deals from that and then put it right back into iSpeedToLead. And I just been pumping revenue ever since. I think it was May. It was around May or June. I hit my first $100,000 month with you guys. And then I instantly, like I had my managers managing my cold calling side. So I was generating deals and generating revenue, pumping it back into iSpeedToLead. So now my average cost is around $20,000 a month, and I'm easily able to make 100 to 150 every single month occurringly, like within the past 3-4 months. And then I just started. One day my mom was like, you got to stop being scared to share this. So I just put on a camera and started recording myself and just started closing back to back to back and getting videos. And now, I'm here. So that's kind of the whole how I got started to now's point. There's a lot of mistakes I made in the beginning and along the way, but that's how I got here.
No, that's a hell of a story. And first, shout out I want to give to your mom. Sounds like she supported you a lot, and it's cool to have this relationship. You just went to her, you guys agree on something. She looks like have been all the way and provided very cool advice. So I guess she's retired now, right? So
yeah,
and,
she just said she likes enjoying spending my money.
That's cool to hear. So you also mentioned mistakes. So let's go to that. So what are top 3 mistakes you think you did, or like?
First mistake, biggest mistake, I hired people when I didn't even have like the skill myself. So I basically just got some money and then started hiring to get more leads. But little did I know I could have closed a lot of those leads, and a lot of them slipped through the pipeline. So the year when I was getting 4 deals, I could have gotten 20 deals. I could have already have been to this point. So I'd say the first one is definitely hiring before I had the skill. The second thing is not keeping track of my KPIs and my stats. That was the next point, which was super crucial to now because I can adjust on the fly. I can cancel, cold callers. I can lessen my spend on PPC and PPL. I can, go to the drawing board more and figure out what I need to do. Maybe I need to get better. Maybe I need to hire a transactional coordinator. Maybe I need to do this. So that's the second thing. The third thing I'd say is hard work. I mean, before I was only doing this maybe 3 hours a day. And yeah, I was getting deals, I guess, but at the same time, I could have maximized it a lot better if I would have just locked in and enjoyed what I did. And I think the more I got, like money wise, and the better I was doing with my KPIs, the more confident I got, and then the more time I put in. But what I wish I would have did was just from the beginning, just passionate, not thinking like, oh, I got to wait for this lead, so I'm not going to call anymore, or I got a contract, so I'm done for the week. I used to do stuff like that. So now 2024, I've been locked in 100%. I've been on my KPIs. I have my processes in place. I'm teamed up with TC. I got, a call center I'm working with. And then I'm also working with you guys buying leads. So now I'm a lot more dialed in, but I'd say, yeah, those were the biggest mistakes I made. Those are the biggest.
I appreciate you sharing that. So let's talk a little bit more about iSpeedToLead. So you found us, you started buying leads on the Coupon Club. Can you tell us a little bit more about like which leads you get? I know you use multiple providers, you use your own cold call. How does it stack between each other? You don't have to go into spend, but maybe some ROIs percentages, like what the so far performances and
Well, since starting with you guys, I did start on Coupon Club, and I was just trying to, see how your guys' leads were. And I was actually realizing that the Coupon Club leads were a lot better than my cold call leads and the other providers that I bought from. Like I was paying, $100 to $400 per lead when I compared to your guys' Coupon Club, and I was still able to close on like the same kind of percentage. So I instantly was like, okay, I'm done with that. Let me come over here and just get a bunch of Coupon Clubs. And I even have students that I'm teaching now that close multiple deals a month with Coupon Club. So I have full stack of Coupon Club leads I buy monthly that I'll close like 1 out of 15. And then I'll also buy the exclusive leads on top of that. But yeah, I'd say the Coupon Club has been like such a big help. I think I spent maybe 2,500 altogether on Coupon Club, and I probably made close to 100,000 on a $2,500 spend though. And that's like, I'm doing that monthly now, and I'm consistently able to at least bring 30 to 70,000 every month just from Coupon Club, plus the exclusives on top of that. That's why I'm now knowing that, even the next couple months, even this month coming up, after I close this last deal that I got locked up, I'm going to be hitting the 300K month soon. So yeah, it's life changing. It's game changing. I'd say if anyone was starting, definitely get on Coupon Club. It's literally just a simple subscription, and then you're instantly pumped with. They were already exclusive from what I'm thinking, and then it was just maybe not touched by an investor fast enough, so then it became a Coupon Club. So in reality, it's still a really good lead. So I see these, and if they're in my area, I'll instantly snag them. I'll buy 20 of them if they're in my areas, and I'll just go on there. Even if you're working on the side and you're just signed up with Coupon Club and you're spending 1,000 or so a month, you can easily get a couple deals out of that every single month, 100%. But yeah, Coupon Club is amazing.
let's hear a little bit more on that. So you spent 2,500 and you got 100K. So just to confirm, okay. So that's freaking crazy. To my understanding, you mentioned you're closing like one out of 20. Was it like a big deal there that like made it up?
Yeah, so this was actually 2 months ago. This was when I hit my first 100K month through Coupon Club. So I had spent 2,500. I had a deal that I got for $20,000 profit. And then I had another deal that I got for $80,000 profit. And it was actually in Atlanta, Georgia. I think it was an inherited property. And she only had 2 more months before she was getting out of the probate situation. And then soon as she got her name switched over, I locked her in and instantly sold that deal within a couple of days. I had the buyer wanting to go see it because it was in such a good area. But yeah, that was the craziest month, and it was through Coupon Club. I couldn't wait to tell this because I'm trying to tell people, if you think you don't have enough money, Coupon Club is the way to go. Coupon Club is the way to go, especially if you haven't got your first deal.
No, I appreciate it. And this is what I remember you mentioned to me that when you got the contract for that. So I didn't want to spoil. And I'm like, I'm the type of guy, like I need to see I didn't see the money first, because I know like in real estate, you know better than me. Sometimes contracts fall off, some crap happens or something like that. So I was like, when you locked it in, I was like, okay, we gotta bring and talk about this. And we'll talk about your process, how you do things, because sounds like you do something very well in terms of how you talk. Even like right now, the way how you talk, I feel like, I mean, there is clarity, the way how you present things, how you do things. It's already like way better than I've seen a lot of people. And let me ask you this. You mentioned areas. So which areas do you target in terms of leads?
When I started off, I was in my market. I'm in Tacoma, Washington. I started in Washington area, and I was driving for dollars every single day. I still do it till this day. I'd say I probably get around 3 deals a year here, and it's a really good flip market. So I'm getting big spreads on those. And other than that, California. So California, all the places that are near me, California, Arizona, and Washington were my main markets until 2023, end of 2023, 2024. I found that going nationwide was the move 100%, and just have dispo lined up on the other side. But my most deals I do a month nationwide are definitely in Arizona, Atlanta, Tennessee, and Florida, for sure, for sure.
And it's a really good point. So let me ask you that: how did you overcome this fear of expanding, like trying different markets that you maybe were uncomfortable with, or something like that? Was it?
Yeah, so when I started, when I was doing those few markets, I felt like it was easier because I knew them, but at the same time, it was just the numbers. It was just numbers. In any other place in the world, the numbers are still the same. So when I figured out that I can have access to things like Investor Lift and good dispo, once I got locked in with on the dispo side and found someone to JV with at the start, I was able to go nationwide. And then I just picked any market over 100,000, as long as you get deals at 70% formula minus your wholesale fee and minus the rehab, you can pretty much get really good deals. And even if you don't have Investor Lift, you can go on Facebook and dispo that deal pretty easily if the numbers work. So my thing was, it was just like I didn't trust myself. It was like a numbers thing. I was thinking I needed to be in my vicinity and I needed to stick to these areas because I knew them, but at the same time, the other areas were just the same. It's just different numbers. So I'd say when I got locked in on the dispo, I was able to go nationwide. That's just, JVing with people that have Investor Lift or going to Facebook and selling the deal there. But yeah, that's what helped me out. But it was just
Okay.
a fear. It's just a fear.
Mhm. Well, what about leads? Like, because I understand that you mentioned that you had cold callers, you were targeting already like multiple states. So how did you manage that, and how did you expand? Like, how did you do the targeting? Like, what do we target, and how you go nationwide?
My bread and butter is ARVs above 100,000 to under 500,000. Those are my bread and butters. Once I figured out that that's like the numbers I love to work with, and those are the types of homes I love to work with, I just circled the entire map and have two cold callers generating me leads in Arizona, two generating me leads in Tacoma and California. And I have around 15 cold callers now. So they're all, one or two in each of these areas generating me leads, on top of me going to your guys's, coupon club, getting those for my students, and me also closing them as well, on top of buying the exclusive leads in those areas with those specific parameters. Because when you go to your marketplace, you can literally see bed, bath, especially with the premium subscription, you can literally see bed, bath, situation, area, ARV, comps in the area, and you guys even have the dispo that I've used. So it's pretty much a piece of cake. But yeah, that's how I got dialed in. I just basically learned those markets, well enough, targeted those 100 to 500K ARVs, and just stuck with those and just had my callers on top of buying leads there. And I just been ramping up and just closing deals ever since.
So sounds like you have some specific criteria how you pick leads on our marketplace. Do you have any other specific things you're looking for, or you just?
I love the inheritance. I love inherited properties. And I also love financial situations because it can go into, so the financial situations, the reason I love those is because I have creative guys I'm learning creative, and I've JV'd so many creative deals, even buying your guys's leads, and say it would say financial problems, and they'll have like foreclosure and different things with their finances, and then we'd get a super good creative wholesale deal, and we'd wholesale it and make a bunch of money. And then on top of that, the inheritance, the reason I love those is because I've learned how to deal with the attorneys. I know the process of probate. I know, how to leverage my time with the sellers. I'm learning what they need and get to the bottom root of the situation. And then, my biggest deals have came from probate after that. And inheritance. So those have been my biggest deals by far as well. So yeah, those are definitely what I like to target. Besides that, I love vacant homes. Those are easy deals, click of a button, buy the lead, call them up, get the deal. And I like the other ones, but those are my three favorite.
And in terms of the process, you mentioned your conversion ratio. So how is your interaction with the support team going so far?
Like, I'm buying a lot of leads. So of course I have some that don't answer. We call them 7 times throughout the week. I usually always give it a week of me calling every single day, a couple times a day. Then I like literally instantly when I email you guys saying that, hey, this lead hasn't answered, here's the information. It's like within a couple hours, I'll get all my money back, and then I'll be back buying leads. So definitely 100%. Like with other companies, I have had the times where I bought in bulk 5, 7 leads and 4 of them don't answer and I can't get a refund. And I'm like, I need to roll this money back into another lead. So from switching with you guys, it's like I can buy 30 leads and 15 aren't good. And that same day, I'll just lay it out, lay the why they're not answering or disconnected phone call. And then you guys are sending me emails of the leads right back, and I'm just getting it right back over and over and over. And I'm like, okay. And then I'll just roll it back in and do the same thing over and over and over. So I'd say your guys' support team is dialed in. Like even the texting number for the support, I think that's the main support line. I've been talking with you guys like throughout all my process. Like I'll even tell you guys my victories and successes, and you'll be encouraging me, talking to me, telling me, hey, sending me new deals for, your packages, the nationwide packages. I bought a bunch of those. You guys, it's amazing. It's amazing. Your guys' support team is locked in.
Appreciate that. You also mentioned one thing, what allowed you to scale up, like for this year, correct? What were those multiple things that allowed you to scale other than like better process? What else was there?
It all started about 6 months ago. I was at the point where I was doing a lot of deals a month, but I wanted to hit consistent 100 to 200K months every single month. So what I did was I locked in, I hired a transactional coordinator to transaction all these contracts I'm generating. And then I had my VAs, I had the managers trained up to be able to keep track of my KPIs and set appointments. So adding appointment setters, transactional coordinators on top of managers to manage my leads and my companies and my follow-ups. It was really just as easy as spending more money with you guys on top of those processes that brought me to this point where I'm now able to do $500,000 in a couple months period of time. So now since the 6 months, I've sent 44 contracts, 19 have already closed and been funded and everything's done. The rest, I have 7 that are being dispoed right now. And the rest are just like people I got to keep touching them, maybe extend the date and resend the contract. But yeah, I'm able to do, basically whatever I want with wholesaling now, just from dialing in on my processes and then upping my budget with you guys. And now I'm able to, sky's the limit now.
When you compare, because this is what a lot of people underestimate, I guess, and you tell me if this is the case. We didn't pre-discuss it, so I'm good with any answer. Do you notice like the speed, like call leads, how quickly they close in comparison to how quickly you close on paper lead things like us or another provider? Can you tell a bit more about the difference? Because you mentioned you track KPIs, so I'm kind of curious if you track that.
So cold calling, it usually takes me around 12, 14 touches to get a contract from a cold call lead. With PPC, PPL, it's like I can contract a property that very phone call, and then get them closed within a week, 2 weeks time, getting a buyer in place and getting it closed. So the cold calling side, say I do hit them at the 14th touch and I get that contract, you still got to then keep track with them, make sure they sign it. It takes, another 30, 45 days. So I'd say my cold calling, it takes maybe 45 days to close a deal after 14 touches. So that's like 60 days. With PPC, it's like 2 weeks max, like 15 days max. I get the contract, the phone call, or within that first 7 days, and then it's being funded and closes by the 15th. So it's a way big difference. Like it's not even comparable. It's not even comparable.
And the reason why I ask, because I don't see a lot of people talking about this, because I have plenty of successful guys who are coming in, they say we do cold call, we close some deals. I'm like, okay, good for you. But I feel like they really underestimate how long it takes, to close, and time is money. But I mean, maybe a lot of people, like you said, maybe just they feel comfortable. Okay, 1-2 deals, and not everybody wants to hit 100K months. I mean, and that's fine too. I mean, I know a lot of people that say, hey, I need to spend more time with my family, do all those type of things. But if you like to scale up quickly, that's what I hear. And just for me to confirm, like, because you mentioned, so I want to have it on the record. So far in terms of ROIs, like you use at least one another provider, we wouldn't mention a name, on PPL. Is it like one provider, or is it multiple?
3.
So it's 3 total, including us.
Yeah. Yes.
But 3 total, including us, plus call. Like, is iSpeedToLead so far is the best ROI? And
Oh my God. No, it's not. I don't mean to cut you off, but it's not even close. It's not even close. When I tell you what I got with you guys after dealing with the first inbound people I dealt with, it's like a whole different ball game. It's not even close. It's not even close. I'm telling you, I went from 50K to 100K months to 100 to 300. It's such a big difference, such a big difference. And now after this last deal comes, that'll be within 3 weeks, $100,000 generated just from that, on top of all the 7 deals that I have to dispose still. So this month, I'm probably going to make around 300 grand. And I'll record that. I'll record all my closes as well. But yeah, it's not even close. Not even close. Not even close.
Okay. Last question I'll ask. So what's the goal? What was the, like, what are you trying to purchase or buy, or like where are you going? So I mean, any cool things you plan, or
Yeah, so
any dreams?
I'm working on buying a call center within the next few months. So I'm gonna have a call center and then cancel all my cold calling. I'll just have a call center, and then upping my budget even more with you guys. And then on top of that, I mean, I'm just going to be pushing out my content via Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok, and just recording my closings. Another thing I want to do is beat RJ Bates in the Closer Olympics, which I will do whenever it happens. I will do it. So that's my main goal.
And I saw you already tagged him on Facebook group, so he saw that. So we'll see how that goes. It's been great, nice talking to you. And so we'll leave all your links in the description of this video, so whoever wants to get in touch with you. You mentioned also that you have some students, you have some course, you have a group, or what is that?
Yeah,
about?
so I have a group called Deal Makers Academy, and it's all free, and you basically get signed up, and I'll teach you how to close deals. After you close your first few, you'll be on your way. And the whole point of it is to get you to consistently close deals, not daily. I'm closing deals daily, but I want to get you to at least close deals weekly or monthly, so you can get your career started and then JV with me. So that's the whole goal of that. But yeah.
You mentioned you used our deal speed. Any feedback there? Like, did you get any good deals out of that, or investor lift would use and Facebook Marketplace are your primary things?
All 3, but I'd say like Investor Lift and your guys' platform is pretty much the same. But yeah, I've dispoed deals through you guys, and Facebook. That's mainly my 2 things. But yeah.
Do you remember the best deal you got from Deal Speed, like cash buyer or something?
I got a really good connection with the buyer in Arizona, and he's actually buying 3 to 4 deals for me a month now from that. So that's really good. So Arizona's already locked in. Every time I get a deal in Arizona, I send it to him and he buys it. So I'm locked in there. Anywhere else I need to dispo a deal, it's pretty much instant through you guys. So that too. But yeah, I got a really good relationship with a huge buyer in Arizona.
That's great to hear. And last question, we also have different sources, because when we talk about like how you select leads, did you feel any difference in sources like itself? Because we have Google PPC, Facebook, we have also call provider leads. all those type of things. Did you feel any difference in those, or you just stick to parameters, and as long as parameters match, you don't care?
Yeah, I just stick to my parameters, and as long as they match, I'm game for any lead. I just love talking to sellers. You give me a seller and give me 5 minutes, and I'm making them my best friend.
No, it's been awesome. Nice talking to you. That's a hell of the story. Sounds like we need to talk faster. But if whoever is watching us, we're leaving all the links for Hans. So feel free to reach out to him. It's been another cool success story with iSpeedToLead. And yeah, appreciate you, man. We're rooting for you. Go and close more deals.
Let's go. 500K month coming up.
Let's go.
See ya, man.